The Maker token is going parabolic. It's the best performing crypto asset in the top 100 in the last week, and for good reason. This is not a pump and dump. This is not marketing. This is real revenue. And the revenue comes from a $4.5 billion stablecoin, DAI, the largest crypto-backed stablecoin issued by the MakerDAO. Now what's exactly happening here? MakerDAO has a huge treasury that backs up the DAI stablecoin. So you can deposit crypto or you can deposit USDC, whatever it is, you can deposit that on the Maker platform and then pull out or mint DAI against this. And right now there are 4.5 billion DAIs that have been minted with Maker. At one point this was even more than 10 billion. Now Maker has launched a buyback program because they want to use that treasury. It's a business model that's already been applied by Circle and by Tether. You have all of that treasury, you put this into treasury bills, you get interest from those treasury bills, but you don't have to pay this to the stablecoin holders. In other words, somebody gives you $1, you promise them to be able to redeem $1 back, but in the meantime you've got all of that money and you can put this to work. Now for Circle or for Tether, that money is simply just profit for the company. But for the decentralized autonomous organization of Maker, that profit partially goes to the Maker holders, to the holders of the MKR token. There's a dedicated website just for those buybacks. Look at this, makerburn.com. And here we see just 10 minutes ago, 3.89 Maker had been purchased with $5,000 worth of DAI. So the interest rate payments of those treasury bills make those buybacks happen. And because interest rates recently went up, those buybacks also are pretty high. Now the question is, how big are those buybacks relative to the market cap? Do they move the price enough in order to be worthwhile to buy at the current price? Let's have a look at the numbers. Again, on makerburn.com. Here we've got the estimate of annual profits, which is 7.34% of the current market cap, or a PE ratio of 13.62%. So this is raw buybacks, not that bad, especially coupled with the current positive momentum around Maker. But we have to ask the question, what's a fair PE ratio here? Because some stocks trade at 50 times earnings multiples, others trade at 5 times. And the reason for the delta is usually the growth perspective. And I do have some concerns here. The first concern is that currently the market cap of DAI tends to decline. Less and less people want to hold stable coins over the long term. The market cap of DAI was cut in half in a bit over 1.5 years. If that trend continues, then of course also the buybacks will reduce accordingly. The second problem is that the buybacks are based on the interest rate. And you might have seen this before. There are options, there are derivative instruments that speculate on the interest rate development. Using those derivatives, we can see that the market is anticipating that the target interest rate is going to decline. So the currently expected rate in March of 2026 is 3.38%. So the interest rate is likely going to decline. The capital on which that interest rate can be earned is likely going to decline. And the current PE ratio is 13.6. I think that's pretty high given the overall picture. What you're speculating on when buying Maker is either that the short-term momentum stays positive or that the DAI market cap will turn around. But this is a pretty constant bleed, unfortunately. And the very smart money, Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, is selling Maker. They've got a very large bag of Maker, and they are regularly selling the token. So I don't dare to predict where the price will be in a week or two from now. But based on pure cash flow valuations, I would not be surprised if Maker continues to underperform Ethereum over the next years. It's great that the buyback is happening. It's great that real yield come onto the blockchain. But right now, unfortunately, Maker is, in my opinion, overvalued. If Maker was at $600, not at 1,200, and the PE ratio would be rather at 6 than 12 or 13, then it might make more sense. But at this current price, I think it's too high. The cash flows, which are likely going to decline in the future, aren't justifying this price. Feel free to give this a like in case you found this useful. You can also subscribe. I publish videos regularly. There's a Telegram chat as well. Simply search for Bitcoin Strategy Channel. I hang around there regularly. And last but not least, there's the premium membership where I share what kind of trades I do. That's thebitcoinstrategy.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.